This is Jer here. I haven't been on in, I think, about like 2 weeks. Let me just check that actually and just see how long it has been since I have been with you guys live. Um, yeah, it's been about 2 weeks. So my apologies for my absence. There's been a few things that's happened, just that kind of made it not possible for me to be live. My phone got damaged, camera got damaged, and phone went into repair shop. I considered getting a new phone. It was a whole thing, and I'm just recovering from an eye infection. It's not too bad today. But yesterday my eye was, hello Shakila, Atir, how are you? Sorry, I'm just explaining my absence for the last week and a half. My phone broke. I have an eye infection, which was yesterday. My eye was really, really bad, but it's a lot better today. It was bad this morning, but it's just getting there now. So I've had a very busy 2 weeks, and been wanting to get back on. Thank you. I've been good. I've been busy. My phone broke. My camera broke, and so I've just had a bit of a nightmare for the last week and a half, wanting to go live. And if I use my computer, I mess up all the settings. So I'm back live, and I'm going to be doing it much more often, a couple of times a week. I know I've said that before, but I just had a bit of an incident, and my eye is very sore and painful. I didn't go into my office today just because my eye is really painful, and I just thought, because it's sore, I kind of I feel very tired. So I just wanted to take it easy today. Not that I've been working all day and working hard, working for my business. So how is everybody? Um, Hi, Pyongle. I'm going to try and say your name right. Pyongle Monglean. I hope I said that right. Hello to you. Thanks for joining me. This is Jer from Learning English Pro. I'm live in Dublin right now. I'm Irish. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from everybody. Thank you very much, Shakila. Shakila's just saying she was wondering why I haven't been on live video. So yeah, I've been really bad at being on live, but I'm back now. Phone is repaired. I did think about getting a new phone, and the repair just took so long because the camera, not just the screen, but the camera itself was a bit damaged. So it took them a while to get the part. I think if I'd gone somewhere else, it might have been quicker. But I got it back this morning, so I'm just very happy to be able to be back on live with everybody. And I hope you've been able to catch the latest videos that I did. My last video was about 40 phrases, 20 phrases, and then plus an additional 20 about doctor-patient communication and just about shadowing. And I think shadowing is a big thing for doctors, especially junior doctors. No problem, Pyang Lei. I hope I said your name right. You're just saying thank you for saying your name. You're very welcome to Learning English Pro. Make sure to subscribe and check the channel out. It's great for professionals who are learning English. So next video, I'm happy to announce, I'm going to announce it here. I hope to have it out for my student members tomorrow afternoon or evening, and it'll be released to the public on Wednesday. So if you want to have a sneak peek at that, make sure to have a look at my student membership offering. The link for that is in my description. Tongue twisted. So yeah, the next video is all about, it's a really, really good one, not just for business English people, but for really anyone in general, because finances are really important. Your personal finances, making sure that you are, saving, budgeting, all of that. So the next video is all about budgeting and cash flow, and I'm going to cover 30 English terms which are really essential to this field. So this is really great if you're thinking about being an accountant, working in business in terms of finances and, a finance or accounts department. So this is really, really great English that is coming up in 2 days. Hopefully I'll have the video out. So I've just heard from Tough Create. Brother, I want to develop your website. Can you tell me, do you want? Hi, Tough Create. No, I kind of use YouTube for everything. I did have a website, but I kind of gave it up because it's kind of easier just to have everything on YouTube. So thank you very much. I have my YouTube store on YouTube. I have all my guides there. available for shopping, and I have a Shopify store that's linked to. So I'm good, tough creative. But thanks for joining me today. So yeah, how is everybody today? It's Monday, so it can be a difficult start to the week. But it's been okay. As I said, you might notice if you're just joining, I have a very sore eye. That's my normal eye, and that's my sore eye. So it's quite painful. I've been using a warm compress, which is basically just like a cloth that I kind of run on. It can't be hot, so it has to be warm. And then I'm just kind of holding it there for about 10 minutes and just making sure it's nice and warm. Because the problem is that it's kind of blocked. The gland is kind of blocked on my eye. So yeah, and I'm taking painkillers because it's very painful. Every time I blink, it's very, very sore. So, oh, thank you, Shakila. Yeah, thank you for your sympathy. I do like sympathy. And my eyes just kind of feel a bit sensitive. But that's not too bad. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a toothache or something, touch wood. But when it's so close, you know, like a toothache, it's very irritating because your eyes are constantly moving and I can feel it all the time as well. So thank you for your concern. So what has been happening with me, I have had probably personally a bit of a roller coaster week. I can't go into too much just because it's of a personal nature. But yeah, like, oh, what can I say? Well, I'll just talk about work then, because that's a bit easier. So I can announce that I am now the marketing manager of a company in Ireland called Business Print. And I have been doing that job for the last few weeks, and it's going very well. It's very exciting. And it's nice to be, I've never really worked in the corporate business world. I've always worked in retail and services, customer service. So I'm kind of taking the skills that I've learned from Learning English Pro. Thank you, Shakila. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to have this new role. So yeah, I've been doing it for the last few weeks. I will say maybe the videos haven't been coming out so quickly on Learning English Pro, but when I kind of took a step back, you know, I've put out so much content this year, more than these glasses are really annoying me with the reflection. You know, I just thought for August, maybe just take a little bit of a step back, one video a week, and just kind of focus on my new job for a while. So yeah, it's been fantastic. It's nice working in an office. I've never worked in an office before. I've always worked in retail, you know, where you don't really, you know, your office is like the back or a small room. So this is really nice, and I'm in an office with two people, Angela and Kieran. A big shout out to them, and they're really nice. And we have croissants and jellies and biscuits, and there's lots of tea going on. And then beside the office is the factory where they do printing and packaging, and it's all very, very fascinating. You know, watching how they make, you know, certain, you know, posters, different items for different businesses. One thing, so they print and they do packaging. So one thing they had was like for shooting, they had the shooting targets printed out. They do bingo, they do, you know, chocolate box packaging, everything, t-shirts, mugs, everything. So it's kind of for me as a creative, it's an ideal place to work. I do working on new products, marketing, social media. So in one of the next posts, lives I do, I'll put some links into the description so you can see some of my work. But if you go to businessprint.ie, that's their website, and you can have a little look. Website will be remade, and you know, I'm gonna take a fresh look at the website. And they are on Instagram as well, Business Print Limited. So check them out. Their Instagram, all the latest stuff on the Instagram for the last few months is from me, and lots of exciting new products. So from a business English perspective, it really gives me an additional insight into what is needed in corporate world, in a business English world. So that's really, really interesting. But yeah, So next business English video is budgeting and cash flow. There are 30 terms altogether, and it's a very simple video. We break down each of the terms one by one with a definition, an example, and an example phrase, so you can kind of see it in action and use it straight away. And this video will come with a 1 month challenge, 30 words, 30 days, and I'm challenging you to learn all the words. So if you're just joining me, welcome to Learning English Pro. I have a very bad eye, a bad eye infection. So yeah, and I'm back after like 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks of not being on live because my phone got damaged, my camera. It was a bit of a nightmare, but I'm back. So let me know where you're watching from. I love chatting to everybody. I have some of my regulars here. I have Shakila Akhtir, who is one of my good friends on here who joins me live, and I'm very, very grateful. So make sure to subscribe and join the community. I post professional videos for English, medical English, business English, and if you have an idea, just let me know what you're looking for business English. So the weather here in Ireland has changed. We are heading into autumn. Well, we're in autumn now. In American English, it's called fall. I think because the leaves fall. It's very, simple. So yeah, it's autumn here in Dublin, and it's really getting colder and colder. You can feel the cold creeping in, but I really like it. I'm not able for the sun and sunshine. It makes me very uncomfortable with my pale Irish skin and my gingerness. So yeah, I like the cold. I like when it gets a bit colder, and eventually I will just have more layers and more layers on. So here's Shakila. Actually, I had the same experience with a sore eye and sallow eyes you were just going through right now. Yeah, it's very painful. I don't really know exactly how it happened or why it happened. I do get these things maybe once a year, but not this bad because it was really swollen. It looks like I have eyeshadow on. I look like a bit like a drag queen from this side. So yeah, it's just very painful. But when I take the painkillers, I take one here called Nurofen, and it's quite strong. So that really helps with the pain. Yeah, warm compress, exactly. Thank you, Kali, for your sympathy. And Shakila's saying a warm compress, which is exactly what I'm doing. Yesterday, like before I went to bed, it was very, very much healed. And then this morning, I was quite surprised when I woke up and it was quite painful still. So yeah, it's kind of gotten better as the day has gone on. It was much worse yesterday, but it is still a little bit painful. So thank you for your suggestions. I am doing the warm compress, and not hot, but just warm compress. I think that helps the fluid drain from it. So fingers crossed in a day or two. I was a little bit, should I come on live today with we say a gammy eye. But I'm glad to get your sympathy and your suggestions. So yeah. Business is good. Weather is getting colder, so I'm kind of more in my jumpers or sweaters. Jumpers is what we call it in Irish English or British English, and this would be a sweater. Or we say a top. I have a top on. So yeah, it's definitely a bit cooler in Dublin. The sun is still shining though. But so it is relatively still nice, and you can still get a nice day. I worked in the garden yesterday, and I had to put my hat on and my sunscreen just to make sure that I was protected from the sun. So yesterday our neighbor had a big bush, and we just trimmed all the bush. So Karat Batlan, hello, nice to see you again. Thanks for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to have familiar faces back. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe. But it's nice to see my friends returning to say hello to me. So thank you so much. And apologies, I haven't been on. My camera broke, and I've had my eye problem and busy with work. But I am back on multiple times a week now for a chat. So yeah, I hope everyone is having a nice start to the week. Today I've been working on some marketing for business print. my new employer, who I'm working for. I have my own company, so I'm kind of like under contract with them to do their marketing for them. So it's very exciting. Today I was doing mailer. A mailer is like an email that you send to multiple people. So this was a marketing email for a new product, and I used ChatGPT with deep research to create a table for me for the specific companies I wanted to target. So then I imported that table into a website called MailChimp, and I was able to create a very nice email, and then you just press a button and you send the mail to the email to multiple people. So it's very good. Shakila's asked me, did I purchase a new phone or repair? So I just repaired it. It wasn't very expensive in the end, just because it took so long. I think they gave me a discount, but I think I will definitely invest in a new phone soon. Samantha Campos saying hi, how are you? I'm very well, Samantha. I hope you're well too. I have a sore eye, which I've been telling everyone about, but it's getting better. So yeah, Samantha, and you're from Costa Rica. I think you're my first person from Costa Rica to join me. So welcome to Learning English Pro. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And thanks to everyone for joining me today. If you haven't said hello, make sure to say hello in the chat. I'd love to see so. Samantha says she's fine. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Let me know what the weather's like in Costa Rica. Yeah, ow, ow, ow. So thank you for your sympathy, Samantha, and thanks for joining. So yeah, we're just talking and having a casual chat here. Samantha is 21 and learning English. So you've come to the right place, and this channel is great for professional English, business English, and medical English. And I've just announced my latest episode or video will be out on Wednesday, and it's business English. Great for everybody, not just if you're working in business English, but it's also about like personal finances, budgeting, cash flow, lots of useful words for everybody. Karat is from Kazakhstan. Oh, that's fantastic. You're very welcome. I think you're my first as well. Kazakhstan. Did I say that right? Kazakhstan. Yes, I think I said it right. So thank you for watching from Kazakhstan. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm delighted. And if you don't know, I'm in Dublin in Ireland, on the very far west of Europe. Samantha said, I hope that you cover really soon. The weather here is cloudy and a little rainy. So, Costa Rica is known for having beautiful weather, so I'm sorry you're having some rain. Maybe that's a good thing. You know, I think sometimes the rain can be really good and refreshing and bring life. It can be good. You're first from... Yes, it's great to have you here from Costa Rica, and you're my first person to chat with me from Costa Rica. So thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's commented so far. I hope you can become part of my crew. And just remember, if you have any topics that you want me to cover on the channel, just mention it. You know, if I can do it, I will. And it's great to have you here, but it's great to hear your suggestions for what you want for medical English, professional English, and business English. So I'm so happy to have you all here. Shakila is from Bangladesh. Yes, I think we've discussed that before, and you've given me some good tips for some food. So Samantha says that I'm kind and you feel home. So that's good. Yeah, well, I'm in my home here. This is my bedroom. I'm not going to show you because it's not messy, but it's a little bit messy. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, this is why I'm kind of have everything pointed this way with the wardrobes behind me, just so you get a good view. So Karat says that they like throat songs in your country. Yeah, there's a lot of traditional music in Ireland. It's very well known. The music is, you know, our traditional music will really want you to get you up dancing. But yeah, there's lots of different traditions of song and folklore. And it's if you're ever interested in Irish mythology, you know, I can do a little bit of a live talking about what I know. I know a little bit about it. So, Samantha, I am not from the United States. I'm from Ireland, which is in Europe, and I'm in the city of Dublin, the capital city of Ireland, called Dublin. And more specifically, I'm in South Dublin. south of the river. So I live in a very beautiful place, very green, a little bit rainy, a little bit foggy, but I love it. And yeah, thank you, Samantha. Yeah. That's where I'm from. And what else is happening? So I'm working on I'm actually in the middle of working on this business English video for budgeting. So I'm working on the guide for that. If you don't know, every video I publish comes with a guide that you can download if you're part of the student membership, which is $4.99 a month. And you can also pick up some of the guides on the YouTube store. You seem like Flocka from Viking. It has been said that I have a Viking look, I will say. Yes, and I did do my DNA test, and I am definitely part Viking. There's some Scandinavian blood in my blood, so the Vikings are definitely in my. So I have Irish heritage, Scottish, Scandinavian, Viking, and I also have 1% West Asian. So I don't really, Saudi Arabia. I don't know where that comes in my ancestry. Maybe about 150 years ago, there was some connection between Ireland and the West Asia. So yeah, my mum and some of her family are a little bit darker. So it's very interesting. Anderson Jorge, hello, welcome back, glad to have you here. Samantha, I've never been to Costa Rica. I would love to go. I'd love to go. Have you ever been to Ireland? Ireland is amazing place, beautiful people, friendly. We're known to be very friendly here in Ireland, so you should definitely come and visit. Shakila says, like Flocky from Viking web series. I don't know that web series now, I have to say, but yeah. Do you think I look like a Viking? I think a little bit. I have the beard anyway. I probably just need the horns and the helmet and a ship. So there's a huge Viking history here in Ireland. The Vikings came and invaded, and especially with Dublin, they have a huge history here. You can go and visit, museums, and they're full of Viking artifacts. And in one of the churches, there's a whole museum specifically for Vikings. Samantha says, I haven't, but I would love to go. I can visit you if you have the chance. Yes, definitely. If you ever come to Ireland, give me a shout and I'll meet you for coffee in Dublin and show you around. That would be great. I can start doing tours of Dublin. Dublin is a fantastic place. It's quite small. It's not a very big city. Like in comparison to London, Dublin would be maybe a quarter of the size of London, maybe a little bit smaller. You're very welcome, Samantha. But Dublin is really small. It's great to get around. We have improving public transport. We have a Lewis tram line, which is excellent. And you can walk the city in a day, and there's lots of free things. All the museums are free, and we have lots of history here from British colonialism, and then back to our own history. Irish history goes back. We have monuments which are older than the pyramids, and Irish history goes back, a long time. We have our own language. We had our own legal system once upon a time, the Brehon laws. And yeah, we have a very strong culture here that we're very proud of. And every Irish person is able to tell you a story, definitely. So Samantha, I like walking a lot to take care of my body. Yeah, walking is great for exercise and get going. I love walking too. I haven't done that much in the summer because we have had a very hot summer and I don't do very well in the heat. So as soon as the weather gets a bit cooler, I'll be out more. I just need to get back into the routine because I've been so busy. Yeah, we're a small country, but we're a very old country. A lot of history. And yeah, like even in my neighborhood, there's lots of ancient monuments. There's a really cool cemetery, which is maybe 200-300 years old. And up on the mountain beside, there is many ancient monuments. Like every few hundred meters, you'll find a tomb, a stone, which has carvings. the whole of the Irish countryside is covered in mythological megalithic tombs, ancient inscriptions, monuments, mounds, everything. It's full, and they still find things all the time. Um, yeah, well, Samantha said that's very different, but every place has its own charm and its own history, and so I'm sure Costa Rica has lots to offer as well. So, yeah, what else is happening? Let me think what else is happening in life. Shakila is saying, one of my avocations is traveling, so I would love to go to your country because I can learn about your country by seeing web series, and I found it really soothing to go there. Yeah, yeah. Ireland's a very relaxed place. Our pace of life is much slower, maybe. There's this thing that we say, Americans work too hard. Americans work to live to work, but the Irish, we work to live, and having good times with good people, that's very important, and you want to cut out those bad people from your life, not necessary, cut them all out and forget about them. So yeah, Ireland, fantastic place. Good food. We don't have a huge cuisine of food. I've talked about this a lot before, but we have really great fresh food, and you can get food from anywhere in the world here in Dublin. My favorite places right now is a place called Biang Biang Noodles. It is just off Keeple Street in Dublin, and they do the most delicious food. Kind of stretched and hand pulled noodles, which are very thick. My last one I got was like a pork mince, and they do a delicious Chinese hamburger. It's so good. If you've ever tried a Chinese hamburger, let me know in the chat. I can't remember the name of it, but it is so good. Samantha's saying, sorry, but I have to get going. I need to do shopping and buy some clothes. See you. It's a pleasure being here. I love your vibe. People like you should exist more. Thank you so much, Samantha. And make sure to subscribe and join me for more chats. Good luck with your shopping. Buy some clothes. That's always fun. I hope that's a fun opportunity for you. Have a great day in Costa Rica, and I'll see you again. So thanks, Samantha. Bye. Take care. So yeah, everybody, this is 30 minutes into the live. And if you have any questions for me in terms of English language, business English, medical English, if you have any requests, or you have any questions about the channel, about me, about Ireland, anything in general, if you want to talk about it, there is lots happening in the world in terms of news. And, I've seen a lot of other people on their platforms discussing Palestine and the whole situation there. And I really don't like to get involved in politics, but I think that, it's very important to say that there's a huge devastation happening and a huge genocide that is happening that's very apparent and clear. There's a lot of war crimes, and I think that, if you educate yourself about the Palestinian situation. It's very important to understand the history from everything that's happened, and then up to now to understand really what's happening. It's a terrible situation in Palestine. Irish people in particular, if you follow the news, you will know that Irish people are really supportive of the Palestinian people. We have had similar things happen to us in our past. And the Irish people stand with Palestine. I'm not going to talk bad about Israel. I'm just going to say that, there's definitely war crimes being committed. It's very apparent. And I think as someone with a platform, I don't have a very big platform, but I just wanted to say that, I'm not trying to, be virtuous and jumping on a bandwagon. But I think it's important to say, that everyone should educate themselves about the situation and understand it. It's very important, and it's a huge issue in the world right now, and it's very shocking and upsetting. And I just think, if you've any questions about anything else, but I just had to say that really. So I don't want to offend people. I don't think it's something that should be offensive. It's something that's happening, and it's very important to recognize what's happening and to speak out about it. There's children dying, men, women dying unnecessarily, and it needs to stop. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I could say a lot more, but I don't want to be preachy. And this is an English channel, but I just thought it just needed to be said. So yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to. So yeah, Shakila, it's a difficult thing to talk about. You know, I always try and remain impartial, but it's just it's on the news. It's hitting us all in the face all the time. So I'm not looking for. I would just like peace. I want people to talk. I know that in Ireland, you know, there was lots of violence, lots of death, lots of trouble with our own situation, and it wasn't until people sat down and talked that, you know, things happened. So no, Amin is asking if I'm AI. I'm not AI. I am real. I'm a real person. So yeah, like, it's a difficult thing to talk about. You know, I really don't want to be political or anything here, but I do have a platform and I have 180,000 followers. So I would feel, you know, I'm not really doing my bit if I don't say something about it. So I know it's upsetting to a lot of people, and yeah. So let's move on. We're 30 minutes into our live, and what have we covered? My bad eye, I think it's actually gotten a bit better since I started. So Amin is saying, happy to see you. Thank you for all you've done for us. God bless you. Same to you, Amin. Thank you for joining me today. I just had to say a little bit about Palestine, but we're here to talk about everything, not just the heavy stuff, but some light stuff too. So one thing I have been thinking about is maybe watching some new TV shows. And if you're watching a good TV show, let me know. But the one I think I really want to watch is Alien Earth. My only reservation is that it looks a little bit scary. And, you know, when I was younger, I would watch anything. And now that I'm a little bit older, I tend to be a little bit more reserved with the things that I watch. I kind of just want to watch happy things and things that are not really depressing or scary or violent. Because, as I just said, there's a lot of that going on in the world. I like to kind of keep it light in terms of entertainment. But I'm kind of intrigued because I've always liked the alien movies and stuff. Amin, our heart with Ireland, good people. Yeah, I don't think we're too bad. I think, you know, we never really had the opportunity to have an empire or colonize people because we were the first colony of the British. So we've just been, you know, out in the world, diaspora, and, you know, I think we're good people. We have good stories and we have good conversation. So I'm glad in your minds that, you know, we're good people. So, what else is happening? I keep saying that I should really maybe have some more structure to these things. But I do find when I have a structure, like I did try and do a few lessons on the live and no one watched, you know, and just by chatting, you know, I can see, you know, there's a bit more engagement when I'm just chatting. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm running out of things to talk about, and I'm glad I just mentioned Palestine there. But if you have any suggestions, queries, questions, leave them a comment on any page or any video, and I'll get to it. I'll respond to everything. I have a few comments to reply to there now at the moment. And I hope you all have a great day. I'll be back on tomorrow afternoon around the same time, around 4:30, half 4-ish. And yeah, so have a fantastic day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. My apologies for not being online for the last week and a half to 2 weeks. Camera problems, phone problems, all of that. Yes, Amin is just asking about some legal English vocabulary. And I think if you scroll back through my page, let me just put on my glasses. There is a legal English masterclass. Let me just have a look at my content. because I do so much videos that I forget what I do. Let me just have a look. Yeah, so about 2 months ago, I did some legal English. I did legal English for lawyers, 100 phrases. That was released in June. So if you go to my video page and scroll back a bit, you'll see that there. And then there is a legal English masterclass, um, and that is available as well. So, and they are both available to the public. So Shaquila's asking me how my parents are. So I'll finish up with that. Hi Azog, how are you? Nice to meet you. See you again, my friend. My parents are very well. We worked in the garden yesterday. My mum was a bit sick last week. She got food poisoning, but she's okay now and she's recovered. You're very welcome, Amin. And my dad is doing well as well. My glasses are crooked. Yeah, they're fine. At the moment, they're out. This is why I'm doing the live, because I can have quiet in the house. So yeah, they're out at the moment. They're visiting my aunt who's just entered a nursing home. She has Alzheimer's, and she's still good. She's a lovely woman, and they're up visiting her in the local village, and they will probably do some shopping and then come home. What's in my last meal? So today I had some white Irish pudding, just on its own. It was cooked, and I just went. And then last night for dinner, we had boiled potatoes, stuffing, and pork steak, rolled pork loins, I think. Amin, thank you so much for that. Azog, I miss you so much. What did you do today? As Azog, I have been working hard. The reason I haven't been online is because my phone got damaged and the camera got destroyed. I smashed it. So I had to wait for the phone to be repaired, and it took forever. But I'm good. I did a lot of work today with business, a lot of marketing work and social media work. And if you're just joining, I have a bad eye. It's it's getting better, but it's painful. So yeah, all is well, and I'll be back on tomorrow around the same time now that my phone is back to normal. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and joining me today. So great to see my usual people: Azog, Amin, Shakila. Shakila's been here with me chatting for the whole time. Samantha was here earlier. Karat Batlin, another regular. Anderson Jorge. Yeah, we've had a lot of regulars back today. And Azog is joining us at the end. So Azog, you might have to go back and watch this, because I'm going to go now. Azog, thank you so much. I wish for great days for you too. So that's it, everybody. I'm finishing up now. I'm going to go. Hope you all have a wonderful day. If you stay tuned this week, I might bring my father on for a few minutes just to embarrass me. I'm only joking. He's a good crack, so he might come on for a minute or two just to say hello. You just say you come back tomorrow, but you don't. I am coming back tomorrow, Shakila. I just had that phone problem, but I will be back tomorrow about 3:30, 4 o'clock. As soon as I finish work, I get home, I have some food, and I will be back on. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.